What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm the Riding the Nicer again. Just kind of cruising around, no real plans today, just hanging out. It's a super nice day out here, so just kind of riding around. Here's the Nicer. Yeah, so first thing, since taking my motorcycle to the dealership, I haven't had any of the no start issues where my motorcycle's not recognizing the key fob, so that's super nice. Pretty excited about it. Hopefully no issues in the future with it. It's kind of annoying. I don't really want to put in the pin to ride my motorcycle, so Harleys have like a security feature where basically if you don't have your key fob, then it will ask you to enter a security pin. I know the pin, I can enter it pretty easily, but it's just kind of annoying having to do that every time I want to ride, so. Ooh, that car almost crashed. They almost went off the road. My little low fuel light's on, so I guess I'm gonna stop at Meyer and get some gas. Hopefully the key fob works this time. Alright, let's see if it works. Nice, it worked. All right. All right, guys. So my biggest plans for this channel as of right now is to buy a Road Glide, buy a ZX6R, make a bunch of content for you guys on those two things. Maybe some motorcycle camping or some other motorcycle related content for you guys. I also, if I get to the point where you guys subscribe and you guys keep watching my stuff and like me that much, I want to buy motorcycles and then do giveaways. So if I make it to the point where I'm making money from YouTube, then that money is going to be reinvested in you guys and my content and stuff like that. So right now that's the plan for this whole thing. That's not why I started doing it, but that's kind of a plus of it. I think the reason I started doing it is just to have fun, little side hobby of mine. Another thing that I like doing is talking about true crime and stuff like that. So here in a couple seconds you'll see a pretty notorious place that I'm going to show you guys. So yeah, that's some stuff to look forward to on this channel. Alright, so the place we're at right now is called Frame Park. If you guys are familiar with true crime, once upon a time there was this guy, actually to be exact, that once upon a time was November 21st, 2021, I believe. There was a guy named Daryl Brooks who basically got in a fight with his baby mama at this park. After he left this park, he went down the street over here. So Daryl left the park like we are now. Right after that, he turned east on Moreland Boulevard here in the city of Waukesha. So that day was the Waukesha Christmas Parade of 2021. So Daryl Brooks came down here over to White Rock, and then he turned on White Rock and went down White Rock.
What?
Black guy, red SUV, just assaulted my friend in the park. Oh shit!
This baby daddy, he not hit me. So they called the cops.
You guys involved with a knife or something?
No, you can check me. Okay, nice.
Okay.
I've already been slashed with the knife.
Let me pull over here.
Yeah, what the
I didn't say anything.
Yes, my name is Community 1052. I copy 854.
122, up their car, Western westbound, main, by subway.
Hey, hold on for a second, okay? 216, I need another at Hartwell and White Rock. I have another person reported taking something. Okay. White Rock, Hartwell, right.
Me and my baby daddy, we argue all the time.
Okay.
They understand when he ran me over with cars. Right now we're just talking. Nothing is happening. There's no knife, nothing. They call us for me.
We have multiple injured, main gas fire. Give me as many minutes as you can to main gas fire.
Okay.
That's all we were doing. They come in.
Only dispatch at shots fired, Wisconsin and West. I'm checking for injuries. There was someone running through the parade route at a high rate of speed.
I think the women's shelter.
3206, 1078, 1078.
Okay.
102! Hey, 1078! We have about 10 to 15 people down in the street!
Who assaulted you? Who ran?
We're arguing. We're insulting. They call.
Do you have a weapon?
1078, we have multiple subjects down. 10 to 15 people, main and gas fire. Repeating, main and gas fire, 1078.
They call. There's no fucking weapons.
I didn't call it. You gotta handle that fine.
Okay. What is your name? Just give me your name. Harris, what's your date of birth?
October 7, 1990.
So, 10/7/1990? Erica Patterson? Okay. Okay.
So Darrell came down White Rock and hit this intersection of White Rock and East Main. When he came to this intersection, he decided to turn right like we are now. And this is where the Christmas parade was. So Darrell Books basically drove down this street during a Christmas parade. The road was blocked off. He didn't care though. He drove down this road right here and came up to the parade, bypassed the barricades that were blocking the parade route, and he basically drove through the parade. Darrell Brooks ended up killing 6 people, I believe, and injuring countless others. It was a very tragic day here in Waukesha. I wasn't living here at the time, but my girlfriend was, and on that day a lot of things changed for the community. So there's some pretty cool memorials here in town now because of what happened. I believe the youngest person, his name was Jackson. He was something like 8 years old. And then the rest of them were in their 60s or 70s that were killed. Maybe one that was like in his 80s, maybe 80, 81. So he damaged a lot of people. Not only physically, but mentally as well.
It was meant to be a day of joy and cheer.
Get out the way!
The annual Waukesha, Wisconsin Christmas Parade back for the first time since the pandemic. and quickly became a scene of horror as an SUV swerved through the crowd.
There's like 7 injured that way. There's so many down there.
These images from above showing entire families, children, and parade participants desperately trying but unable to escape the vehicle's path. People terrified, many screaming for loved ones. The violent incident killing at least 5 people and injuring 48, 18 children hospitalized, 6 in critical condition. The vehicle sped for more than a third of a mile down Main Street, barreling past crowds and marchers before slamming into a high school band and other groups. The horrifying moment caught on camera from a neighbor's balcony. Among the victims, the dance team, the Dancing Grannies, who were performing at the parade, losing members of their group.
I want to identify the victims that we know of at this time. And I say this with great sorrow. Virginia Sorensen, 79-year-old female. Leanna Owens, 71-year-old female. Tamara Durand, 52-year-old female. Jane Kulich, 52-year-old female. Wilhelm Hospital, 81-year-old male.
The suspect has been identified by police as 39-year-old Darrell E. Brooks. He was arrested and charged with 5 counts of first-degree intentional homicide.
There's so many down there.
Subject was taken into custody a short distance from the scene, and we are confident he acted alone. There is no evidence that this is a terrorist incident.
This photo shows a police officer standing near an SUV that may have been the same one involved in the holiday parade incident.
As we go into the holiday season, it's extremely important, as there are more public gatherings, to think about the security with the limitations that has with it. Do you have the exits, entrances, and the side streets sufficiently blocked to at least head off any sort of car ramming potential event?
Tonight, hundreds gathered for a candlelight vigil to honor the victims. The city, shaken by tragedy, starting the holiday season mourning a tragic loss of life.
So Darrell came through here. I believe he started reaching the crowd in the area of right here. So this is kind of where the crowd was, where he started flying past people. There, right there that's the memorial. It says Waukesha Strong, and then it lists out what kind of what happened on it. In front of People's Park up here is where Jackson's, I believe it was his baseball team that was in the parade. This is where Jackson was struck and unfortunately killed. Darrell Brooks continued on. He struck numerous other people in this area. Basically, how I remember hearing the incident is that the streets were basically filled with people laying on the ground injured or deceased, unfortunately. He came down here, and up here was where another barrier was that was blocking the roadway. So whenever Darrell Brooks got up here, there was another police officer with that barricade. Darrell bypassed this barricade, nearly struck the police officer, and that is when an officer-involved shooting occurred. Darrell Brooks then came down the street here over to Elizabeth. So I believe Darrell Brooks abandoned his car in the neighborhood back here somewhere, and then he took off on foot from his car. So police located the vehicle first, I believe. Obviously there were, I think every agency, police department in the county was in this area trying to locate Darrell Brooks. He made it all the way up here. I forget which part he was on foot for, but he came up to this street up here that's right in front of me named Elizabeth. And then after Darrell Brooks got here, he basically walked up to a random house over here. So Darrell Brooks walked up to one of these houses over here, and he knocked on the door, asked the college kid for a sandwich or something like that, and then Darrell Brooks asked to use his phone. I believe Darrell made the college kid kind of uncomfortable for a little while, so he was asked to leave. As soon as he stepped outside, there were some police officers over here that were looking for him, and they saw him and located him, and they took him into custody. So after he was in custody, it was kind of funny. He tried to represent himself in court, which went horribly wrong. He tried to use the whole sovereign citizen thing to get out of it, saying that his name was not Darrell Brooks, when in fact it is. He tried many other ways to get out of it. He was super disruptive. He had to be removed from the courtroom. All this stuff is on it's online too, so you can watch all of it, and you can see the courtroom top moments or whatever it is on YouTube. It's not really known, I guess, why he chose not to stop, or I don't know at least, but he tried to make a claim in court that the vehicle's brakes went out or something like that. He couldn't stop the vehicle, which was pretty quickly deemed to be not the truth. Right here is the Waukesha Parade Memorial from the incident that occurred. So we're gonna go look at that really quick too. Yeah, so this is where all this happened. 11/21/2021. There's kind of a thing that says what happened. Yeah, 6 lives and injured 70 others, nearly 70 others. So this one is for Jackson. As you can see, there's some stuff that was left for him. Here's another person that was killed in the incident. Here's some more stuff that was left over here. And then this one is the last one. So this guy was born in 1940 and then passed away during this incident in 2021. So the heart that was built in the middle, it has 6 things on it for the 6 people that passed away from this. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, it's kind of the story for the day, I guess. It's a little true crime stuff for you guys. Now we're at Big Bend Drive. This is the dead corner of Big Bend Drive in the city of Waukesha. in like 2014 or so, there's some other stuff that happened over here that I'll talk about in a future video. But it's pretty crazy what happened over here. It made national news, of course. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about that in one of these upcoming videos, so stay tuned for that. But this is where that happened. So whenever that happened, where all these houses are used to be a big wooded area, so just kind of keep that in mind. All right, so I just got home. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe for some more videos in the future. You could also look back at some of the previous videos I made already. There might be something else that you like if you like this one, and watch out for some content and videos in the future. So anyway, thanks, bye.